Hello and welcome back. Today we've got CloudFormation, which is a very important, very useful tool in AWS. Imagine you want to or need to deploy infrastructure. Well, you could do that through the AWS console, or you could do that through the AWS CLI or SDK. There are ways of doing it manually or programmatically, but what CloudFormation does, it takes this to a next level. You can write infrastructure as code and deploy it all together into your AWS account in one go. Very, very powerful tool. Wouldn't be surprised if it comes up on the exam. So let's see how this works. For CloudFormation, you need to first write a template, and that template can be written either in YAML or JSON. And from there, that template gets uploaded into CloudFormation, and that template describes all of the resources that you want to be created. For example, it might be an EC2 instance, it might be an S3 bucket, it might be a fleet of instances, it might be RDS, it might be anything, whatever you think of that you need in AWS to be created, you can write it out in this template, upload it to CloudFormation, and then once you run it, it'll create a stack which can be deployed in any region. And the beauty of these templates is that once it's written, you can use it in any account. It's not limited to just the account that you use, the one of your accounts. You can take it to another account and apply it there, and it will work the same way every single time. And let's look at an example. Let's say we want to create an S3 bucket, an EC2 instance, and for that EC2 instance to have access to that S3 bucket. This is what the CloudFormation template would look like. We would have the S3 bucket, which would have some certain properties, which would we would need to specify. Among them, there would be a globally unique name. Of course, this is important. We know that S3 buckets have globally unique names. Also, we would have the EC2 instance. Again, there would be properties that we would describe in the template of the EC2 instance, like what AMI we want to use, what size of the instance, what type of the instance, and things like that, security group and stuff, and other things. Then we would also have an EC2 instance role because we want the EC2 instance to have access to the S3 bucket. But that doesn't stop there because in AWS, you need to also describe inside the role who can do what. Who can and do what. So who can is the EC2 instance accessing the S3 bucket. But that doesn't stop there. We also need to set up a security group for our EC2 instance, which we'll also describe. And we will also set up an EC2 instance profile, which will link the EC2 instance role to the EC2 instance. It's a bit more advanced. We won't go into detail on this, but that's how it works in AWS. You set up an EC2 instance with a profile. In the profile, you specify the instance role or roles that that profile will have access to. So this is like a very simple CloudFormation template, but as you can already see, it's very powerful. Every time you deploy this CloudFormation template, which you will see in the practical tutorial with Adlan, how to create it. Once you have it, you can deploy it in any account, and every time it will create this setup the same exact way. And imagine you create a much more complex CloudFormation template that will help you reuse or recreate your setup. And as a result, our EC2 instance will have access to the S3 bucket. Now, another thing to note is that not only can you create resources with a CloudFormation template, you can actually delete all of these resources with one click. It supports one-click deletion. Delete the stack, and it deletes the whole set of your resources that were created. So it's extremely powerful in that sense as well. So we go. Can't wait for you to check out the practical tutorial of Adlan where you will recreate all of this. And here's a quick summary about CloudFormation. I look forward to seeing you in our next tutorial. And until then, enjoy the cloud.